Hey, what's up guys, it's Moogalord here, and today we're going to talk about Capcom. Yes, what is going on with Capcom? Well, another legendary developer has decided to leave the company, and this developer is of course, Hideki Itsuno. Guys who don't know who this developer is, he worked on franchises like the Dragon Dogma series, also Devil May Cry, Power Stone, and also Project Justice, aka Rival Schools. So what is going to happen to Capcom as some of these big developers that have been around for so long, as they leave this studio, what the future of Capcom is going to look like moving forward? So before we even dive into the video, make sure to hit the subscribe button, notification bell for more gaming content here on this channel. So we're going to dive into this article real quick, and then I'm going to give you my personal thoughts and opinions on all of this, and definitely want to hear what you think about this as well. So from PC Gamer, it says, Dragon's Dogma 2 was the sign-off for Capcom legend Hideki Itsuno, who's leaving to do his own thing after 3 decades at the top. And that's what's been going on. A lot of these developers are branching out, doing their own thing, and I respect that. And I think it's about time that some of these developers do that and take their talents, elsewhere, especially when these companies are now falling into the whole DEI, ESG, and they don't have the creative freedom or that creative of expression, especially with censorship and everything. And I can see that we're going to start seeing a lot of legendary developers leave these companies to start their own. So one of the key figures behind Capcom's best in-class fighting and action games. So it says Capcom veteran Hideki Itsuno has announced his departure from the Japanese video game giant after over 30 years as a senior member of its development staff. Itsuno is best known for his work in the Devil May Cry series, created by Hideki Kamiya, but arguably reaching its peak with Itsuno directed Devil May Cry 3 and Dragon's Dogma, Itsuno's own dream game, with the sequel turning out as his last major project for Capcom. So, at the end of August 2024, I will be leaving Capcom after 30 years and 5 months, Itsuno posted on social media. Thank you for your long-term support of the games and characters I've been responsible for. I hope you will continue to support Capcom games and characters. And we'll have to see about that, because now we have, some of the creative minds and some of the best behind these beloved franchises and these characters. Now they're going to fall in the hands of Capcom, and we don't know what kind of talent or what kind of people are going to replace Itsuno. And we are pretty much afraid of what the future may be. We don't know how these franchises are going to be taken care of and how they're going to be handled moving forward. So it says Itsuno goes on to say that he's not done with games yet, but it's off to do his own thing. From September, I will start developing a new game in a new environment. I hope to create fun, beautiful games that are as memorable as, or even more memorable than, the ones I've created so far. And this is some ambitious talk right here that, I'm going off to do my own thing, and I'm going to create an IP, or I'm going to create a franchise that's going to be just as impactful with some of the IP that I've created within Capcom, if not even better than some of the IPs that I've created within the company that I've previously worked for. So I'm looking forward to see what he comes up with. I think this is going to be interesting, and I think this is going to spark a fire underneath other developers who may have been on teetering and deciding whether or not they should leave the company they've been working for decades to do their own thing. I think this is going to be another thing that developers are going to be looking at to see how all these other developers are going to do on their own. So it says Itsuno has certainly been involved with some memorable games. A fighting game enthusiast, he joined Capcom on that basis, as well as because the office was an easy commute, and his star rose swiftly. The earliest glimpse of Itsuno's talent came in 1995. Excellent Street Fighter Alpha. Yes. Oh my god, you guys already know. If you guys are new to this channel, Street Fighter Alpha is still one of my favorite 2D Street Fighter games of all time. I love the gameplay mechanics, and I love the anime aesthetics and the art style, the sprite work. Very colorful, vibrant, and just beautiful artwork on top of some fun gameplay. And they need to definitely do a collection, like a Street Fighter Alpha collection or something. But we do have the Capcom Fighting Collection, which we have Street Fighter Alpha 3 Upper, so that's going to be dope. Or Arcade 1 Up Alpha Machine, I think that'd be dope as well. But anyway, Street Fighter Alpha, which was directed, Asuna would play a key role in Capcom's fighting games over the next decade, directing and co-directing entries in Rival Schools, which we talked about, Capcom vs. SNK, which I didn't know, Darkstalkers, and the Power Stone series. Man, like, this guy pretty much just made my, I guess you would say, my childhood through my teenage years, like, amazing. Just made it fucking awesome, especially with the Power Stone series, man. The one wobble in Asuno's career was when he was assigned to salvage Operation Devil May Cry 2, which I heard was like one of the worst Devil May Cry games. This sequel had a few of the original game developers working on it, and it was mishandled from the start, with Asano's brought in at the latter stages to try and make something of a project that was a total mess. Asano did not appreciate the assignment, but nevertheless drove the team and called in every company favor he could do to get the game over the line. The final days of development on Devil May Cry 2 was wild. Recall Asano in 2013, Devil May Cry's graphic art. I joined the team right near the end as the deadline was approaching, and it's no exaggeration to say that every available staff member was mobilized. They even recruited 9 team members. Probably got dudes out the mail delivery room or the coat closet to help too, as well. DMC2 just yanked out all these members from other teams who have been busy working on their projects. Asuno ended up credited as the DMC2 director, and his dissatisfaction with the game saw him request to lead Devil May Cry 3 from the start, which I think is a good thing, where this incident had to happen for him to take over Devil May Cry 3, which everybody still says Devil May Cry 3 is one of the best ones of the franchise. The results was one of the best hack and slash games ever made. A glorious, fluid 3D fighter with extensive and complex combat systems that rewarded player experimentation. It also made Dante cool again after the emo disaster of DMC2, but that's by the by. So yes, it says he would go on to direct, Devil May Cry 4 and 5, and also the Ninja Theories DMC. And Asano is one of the developers most responsible for Capcom's various styles of action in fighting games, being the gold standard. His work extended well beyond the above titles too. He leaves having led development on several games that are among the best examples of their genre. Dragon Dogma 2 was released in March of this year. Asano's final bow at Capcom, and as our review says, this game that will be talked about for a long time. Who knows what's next for Asano, but I do know it won't be boring. And yes, I would say that is a perfect send-off for such a great developer. I mean, like I said, he developed so many titles that I've grown up with from my childhood all the way up through my teens and to my college years that I really enjoyed from him as a developer. And I think we're going to start seeing more and more of this when it comes to these legendary developers, where they're going to be branching out and starting their own studios or taking on their own projects of their own. And I love to see that, because Capcom is nothing more than a mere shell of what it used to be. So is Square Enix and many of these other Japanese studios that have grown to love from over time. And a lot of people are getting disappointed about how they're mismanaging these IPs, or they don't have the same feel that they used to have. Now that they're moving forward, they're trying to attract the modern audience. So a lot of these developers are feeling some type of way is because they don't have the creative freedom that they used to have, and they want to move on to greater pastures. And I appreciate all the things that Asuno had done within Capcom, his time there for the past 3 decades. I definitely wish him the best on his new journey of what he's going to be doing moving forward, and I'm looking forward to see what this guy have going. I can't wait to see, and I'm hopefully the question we should be asking now is what's going to be happening with Capcom. Another legendary developer have left the studio, so what the future of Devil May Cry is going to look like, or what Rival School is going to look like, or potential Power Stone is going to look like moving forward, now that this one of the biggest creators developers had left the studio. So I don't know what's going on. We already know that Capcom, their profits had fell within this quarter or the past year or so. So what are they going to do now? Most of the brains and most of the creative powerhouses have left the studio. So it's going to be interesting to see. You know, same thing we saw with Square Enix. A lot of the creative powerhouses have left that studio as well. So it's going to be a tough time, and hopefully Capcom can still put out some bangers and can turn things around and everything. So I definitely want to hear your thoughts in the comment section below. What do you think about this? You know, is Suno now leaving? And is he going out to start his own, or is he working for a new company that allow him to express his creativity? I definitely want to hear your thoughts. What are your theories? What games do you think that he's going to be working on? Is he going to make spiritual successors to games like Rival Schools or Devil May Cry or even Power Stone? You just want to just wait and see. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed the video, hit the like button, subscribe button for more gaming content here on this channel. This is Mugen Lord signing off. I'll see you game fiends later. Peace out.